Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is MC Beauty and I am Marissa. Today's look we're going to be doing is a bronzy goddess glow look that, it's inspired by the fact that, we're coming up on spring and, we are unfortunately a lot of us are being told to stay home. So I got inspired and I wanted to share this look with you. Now, if some extreme contouring is not your thing, don't worry, you don't have to necessarily do all the steps that I do to create this, really beautiful bronzy look. Don't worry about it. I've got some tips and tricks in the video that you can kind of follow along to see what kind of works for you, like in the eye, especially in the eye area. If you're like, I really don't like doing that, don't worry about it. I have tips in there for you as well. So keep on watching and don't forget to be subscribed to MC Beauty. So, all right, the first things we obviously want to do is hydrate your skin and get it all prepped before you even go into your primer. I've already gone in with the Tatcha water cream and I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Milk brightening to just kind of brighten up my under eyes. All right, so we're going to go ahead and prime, and I'm using two different primers today. Something I'm really excited about. So it's I didn't get to try this for a long time, but I finally got it, and again, FabFitFun is the BECCA Shimmering Skin Perfector and Opal. I'm excited to try this out. And then of course the Studio Perfect by NYX. Okay, so I did try the primer out by itself a couple days ago. No, last week, excuse me. And one of the things I noticed is that it did make my skin look very textured and not as smooth of a finish as I would normally expect when I apply my products. So I found that if I use my blurring primer, which is something that you want to gently press into the skin because you're trying to fill out your pores and your fine lines and like any other imperfections, so you kind of want to do that and just gently work it in, kind of take your time with it. Okay, and then the next is I'm going to go in with this. I'm not going to use a lot, just like that much, and then I'm going to kind of work it to certain parts of my face and really work it in. I really like using it because it feels very hydrating, and I don't have to go in with the MAC Strobe cream or the L'Oreal Glowation, which, don't get me wrong, I love that, but sometimes it's just nice to just do one thing and then go in with your foundation. So don't get me wrong, I love it, but I'm not always wanting to do that. Okay, so we're gonna try and counteract some of this redness on my face before we really get into this. And I'm gonna be using the NYX Dark Circle Correcting Concealer. I know people are like, oh, you're only supposed to use that for under your eyes, dark circles. Please, this stuff is great for doing some serious color correcting. It's awesome. And I'm in the shade DC01 Fair. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just go like this, kind of work it right around here because I don't want all this red to show up. Especially since I'm already kind of having this breakout going on, I don't want this. There. And then I am going to do my under eyes because, as I said, this has been a really, really rough couple of weeks. I don't know about you guys, but I have really felt like 2020 has been a crap year so far. I really, really do. My grandmother passed away and it's been really hard, and then we have this the coronavirus, and a lot of people are being told to stay home, and I hope you all are doing okay with the everything going on and being told to stay home. And I know in Colorado right now it's kind of rough because a lot of beauty salons were told to close down, so I'm really hoping it's not too much longer because I know how hard everyone works to maintaining their small businesses. So yeah, it sucks. This year sucks. Hopefully, it gets better, but, honestly, I'm not holding my breath. Okay, so I color corrected, and now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my foundation. And I've been really liking the Juvious Place the Eye Magic Velvety Matte Foundation. That's another reason why I was talking about having something hydrating or glowy underneath, because this one can make me a little dry. And this one is in the shade Maricao. Hopefully I'm saying this right. I know I am very pale, And this is like a little too dark, but with the look I'm kind of going for and the way I'm going to be blending it out, it's actually going to work out just perfect. So kind of stay with me while I do this. And I'm actually going to be applying it today with a, I'm going to use about that much, with a beauty sponge. And I'm going to, what you want to kind of do with this to really like get the trick to go, you kind of want to warm it up with your hand and then just kind of bounce it in. And use light bouncing motions and take your time. This look is kind of going to be a little bit full coverage. If you don't like a very full coverage look, you don't have to use that with this, like the bronze goddess look we're kind of trying to do today. Like, you don't have to do that. I'm just really wanting to show off this foundation. It's fantastic. And it's like 20 bucks at Ulta. I was really excited. I needed a new foundation to try out. So I was like, you know, I've been using Revolutions for 2 or 3 years and I wanted to try something else out. So I saw this and I was like, yay, I'm gonna try this out. And if you'll notice, I'm not going too close to my under eye area because I'm going to be brightening and I don't want it to look cakey. And as you see, this is full coverage. It goes on for days. And I am going to, if your foundation is a little too dark for you, like this is probably about 2 shades too dark, blend it down into your neckline because, you know, you're supposed to match your foundation to your neck, but you know, it's kind of lighter, but my chest is like kind of like this shade, so it works right now. I'm thinking once I start to really tan, this is probably gonna be my shade. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and brighten using the Revolution Hydrate and Conceal in C1. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and set my face using the I Heart Revolution Peach baking powder. I love it because it's actually scented like peach, and I love the smell of peaches. And this thing is awesome. It comes with one of these, so I'm like, yeah. But to start with, to kind of like, I'm in Arizona right now, and it gets really hot, even though it's like for some places it's like, what are you talking about? It's not hot. It's getting hot here. And I sweat, so I'm actually going to be baking now. So to kind of really amp up my bake game, I will take this Morphe E48, we'll go to the skies and just gently press it in like that. Same thing with the other. Like so. And then I'm going to actually do it right around my nose and right here because it's where I lose like the most coverage and I sweat like crazy. So, and then I'll go in with the powder puff and just kind of tap it in. And if you're noticing, like I'm not sweeping it off. I am just gently working the powder in. I will be sweeping it off any extra powder later, and you will see me doing that. And one of the things I want to point out with using this powder, it does add some warmth to your face. If you are not a fan of that, I do not recommend using the peach one. They have a coconut one. I know they have 2 other ones, but that's one I remember off the top of my head. I will link below in the info section the other names for it. Like, drop a link where you can look at it because I really think this is worth a while. But if you don't like warmth getting added onto your face, don't use this one. They have other ones that are not going to do that to you. So, okay, so I'm going to quickly wipe off any excess powder that could be on my face using the Morphe M527. Okay, I'm just going to quickly just kind of go like this and wipe it off. Any like I might have. And I find this helps too if like I missed a spot setting my foundation and concealer into place, that it'll put some powder there and that helps. I will tell you that the only downfall to using this foundation is if you don't set it all, whatever you did not set properly transfers very easy onto your fingers and your clothes. So just a little tip. I mean, it's a really good foundation. I really do like it, but that's a drawback. If you don't set it properly, it's gonna transfer. everywhere. And then you're gonna have splotchy face going on. I had that happen to me a couple days ago, actually. A lot of you may be wondering, when are we gonna get to the bronze goddess part? I'm gonna begin to that. And please just kind of like, just watch through the steps that I do here and just follow me through. I'm not gonna be applying mascara or lashes at this point, because like a lot of people are like, you apply it and then you go on to your contour and stuff, like see some of my stuff. I'm not gonna be doing that right now. I'm going to be showing you some little tips and tricks to really do this bronze glowy look. Now, if you're not into some extreme contouring, I will mention some steps you don't have to do, but if you don't mind trying it out, just keep following through the steps. You don't have to use this exactly. Of course, use your own creations, your own tips on this, but this is how I get the look. And if you like how it turns out, then, you know, follow through. And of course, in the video, I'm going to be mentioning some things like to say, hey, you don't have to do this step, but if you're wanting to get that little extra oomph, I do recommend it. All right, so I'm going to be doing some eyeshadow in my eye, but it's not gonna be until a little bit later. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what you're gonna be doing to get that look, kind of. All right, so you need preferably some contour. I'm using cream contour. You can use powder, but I find for this look, it's more effective to use a cream of some sort. My favorite right now to do this, it's been my favorite for a little bit, is the Nudestix bronzing. I'm sorry, not bronzing, blush. I think that's what they are. They're called the all over face color, but yeah, I'm going to be using Deep Maple A and Bondi Bay. Okay, and you're gonna see me doing a couple different things with that. One of the things I love about it is like you could just put it on, then blend it out there. Really love Nudestix. They think of everything, I swear, when they like package out their stuff. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start the contouring. And when I do this, I'm just going to be trying to do this effect. All right, you know, trying to hollow out my cheeks. So that's what I'm kind of trying to go for. And I'm not going down my face to do this. There's a reason for that, and I'll get into it. And like I said, I really like the plump lip effect, so I'm gonna be doing this. Really quickly, if you've noticed, my lips have gone down. They're not nearly as plump anymore when I use that system. So really think about if it's the right one for you. I feel like the Apple lip plumping one does a much better job than this. And I love the lip plumping one. Just a little food for thought. Okay, and then I'm gonna contour my jaw because I wanna look like I've got a neck. So I'm gonna go like that. Okay, as you can see, this is kind of like what I'm doing to kind of contour. This is like a little bit of an extreme contour, but I definitely feel like it's gonna be worth doing for this look. If it's not your thing, don't worry about it. You can do other steps, but this is what I'm doing. Okay, we're gonna start with the neck. I have this double chin effect, even though I'm like working on losing a lot of weight, and I've lost a lot. I still got it, especially when I go like that. So I'm gonna try and make it look like I've got a neck. So I'm just gonna be buffering that like so. See, look, creates a shadow. I got a neck. Okay, moving on. Make sure when you're contouring, like blending in out your jawline, you do your best to work it out past your ear, and like stay like right in here, depending on how like kind of a look you're going for. If you're wanting to, so to speak, create less to look at here, blend it up. If you're trying to create more of a like having a jaw effect, like I am, blend it down. And be careful what you're doing it, and like make sure you really work on blending it out, because otherwise it's gonna look like you got some dirt on your face. I know, trust me, I've done it a few times. I've actually had girlfriends like have to stop me and use their finger to blend it out because I didn't blend it out all the way. Okay, so we're gonna actually kind of contour our eyes. I know that seems like, what? I saw a girl, a makeup artist named Harush, do this. She's really great. I will drop her name below, and you should check her out on YouTube. She's got some really great tips and tricks to follow. I like this especially for this bronze goddess look. So I'm gonna take the Morphe E62, and I'm just gonna lightly dap it on my brush, kind of like that. And it's the Deep Maple A, and we're actually going to kind of just do this. You're connecting the contour from your nose into your eye. and then you're gonna blend it out. Just using the brush. It's actually called a nose contour brush. I think it's the business. Don't worry if you get a little too much in there. Just kind of like I did, I will be going over a tip to kind of soften that and to really make a different effect with it. Okay, so we've done it. We've gone in with that. The next, I'm actually going to go ahead and do the cream contour in Bondi Bay. I'm going to be showing you what we're doing with that. And we're kind of going to be going like a little bit over our contour and a little past it, like up and like kind of like this. You're going to go like so. It's like going to be creating this really nice, beautiful, in my opinion, bronze effect. That's going to look really more natural and like you got a nice tan. Just kind of go like so. Like that. And I'm not actually going to do that on my neck. I found that it's not a good look and it looks kind of muddy and like I didn't bathe. So that's why I don't do it. I would encourage y'all to test it out for yourself and see how you feel about it. I did mention this a little bit earlier, but I blend out with the 303 Real Techniques contour brush. When you're blending this out, you're kind of working it into the contour and up. So I'm going to use the same nose contour brush I used earlier, and I'm actually going to work it into my eye this time. Just taking it deep, blending it out, and working it into the eye. And as you can see, it's really creating this nice effect. And doing the same thing with the other side. Okay. All right, so next we're going to go ahead and actually use a powder bronzer. It's gonna essentially set our cream contour and cream bronze in place. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Heels, excuse me, in Tawny. And I'm going to be using the Morphe E4 brush just to bronze up my face some more. I know it seems like a lot of products and you don't have to necessarily, you know, do all that, but I do encourage you to try it because I feel like this gives, I've experimented a little bit. I feel like this gives the best effect on doing the whole bronze goddess look. You know, if it's not for you, don't worry about it. It's all good. Make your own rules. Okay, so really quickly, I'm going to take my beauty sponge and I'm going to gently pat in everything. It'll absorb the any extra product and help soften that. As you can see, like I had that little funny thing going on and it is softening it up just nicely, kind of like that. And I'm going to actually use the same brush I used to cream contour my nose, blend out my cream contour, my nose into my eye. I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm actually just gonna quickly make sure there's no extra cream on there, just using a paper towel, honestly. I'm not real fancy. And just kind of, I'm actually gonna start it in my eye and out my nose, and then blend it out. So now we're gonna actually go ahead and pull out some palettes. Now these ones are my like absolute favorite Ride or Dies, and that is the Buxom Boss Babe Betty palette and the Latte 2 by Dominique Cosmetics. And I'm actually gonna use like a shade from each one to get this kind of really amp up this effect that I'm trying to go for. Okay, so from the Boss Babe Betty palette, I'm going to be taking Invite Only, and I'm using a Morphe M441 brush. It's kind of a more fluffy brush. If you don't have a real fluffy brush, don't worry about it. You can use a normal shader brush, but I find it's just easier to kind of apply and blend out at the same time doing this. So I'm going to take it and you're going to work it from the crease up into your contour, and you're going to gently just kind of blend it out. And make sure you keep your hand at the back of the brush. You have more control that way, and use the light hand to work it and blend it out. And as you can see, it's really creating this nice, really nice, in my opinion, blowout look. And it's, as you can see, like it might look super complicated, but it's very easy, almost like, it's, in my opinion, it's a very easy thing to do. If it's not, please let me know, and then I will actually break it down better. So just let me know in the comments below, please. Again, we're gonna go to the other side and just work it from the crease up and really trying to get this nice blown out effect. Okay, and then the next, we're gonna go into Latte 2. I'm going to be using a different brush, a smaller brush. And I'm going to be using Cafecito to really kind of deepen that out a little bit. You don't need a lot of it. It's like both palettes are super pigmented. You don't need a lot of it. And you definitely want to use a light hand. I'm using the M443 brush. And as you can see, it's like a little bit of product there. And I'm just gently gonna lightly, very light hand, work that into my crease and gently build it out. We don't want it to be super dark. We're just trying to create this nice gradient effect, doing a nice bronzy look. Like so. Just adds a little bit extra depth that honestly I feel like this look needs. But if you don't feel like that, don't do it. And just take your time with it and just gently work it up and out. Okay, so really quickly in a kind of cleanish brush, I'm using the another M441. I'm gonna go ahead and light hand really work on just buffing everything out and together. Just really making sure it's all soft. Okay, and then really quickly, I'm going to be taking an M410 and using the same shade, Cafecito. Just very lightly, I'm going to go under my eye with it. Another thing you can do if you really like that contoured look, you can take that same contour and take it and go under the eye. I feel like for me personally, I think this is just enough for this look. So it's preference in that. Okay, so next I'm actually gonna go ahead and do something I feel like is like a really great thing to do with this look. You don't have to do it. If you feel like this is like enough for you, then go for it. But for me to really amp up this bronze goddess look is I'm gonna go in with the NYX Suede Copenhagen, and I'm going to line my eyes with that. And for this look, I'm gonna go ahead and go all the way across. No, so most of the time I'll just go to a third, either 2/3 or a third of the way. But in this one, I'm like really trying to amp things up a little bit. And I really feel like this brings out my eyes. I was gonna use a brown eyeliner, couldn't find mine. Purple works really great to bring out my green eyes. You know, whatever you feel like really pops your eyes out, use that color if you have it. And I'm also gonna tightline. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm going to be applying my blush now. And the one I'm going to be doing is going to kind of be a combination. Okay, and I'm actually going to start at the back of my cheek and work it forward. And I always blend my blush into my bronzer, okay? I feel like it looks better on me. If you don't like that look, don't do it, but this is how I do it. And I really feel like it really amps up the bronzed effect. Like it looks more natural in my opinion. Okay, so I also like to kind of gently contour with this, like put some of it on my nose and on my chin area. It makes it look like more natural in my opinion. And even though I'm doing some extreme contouring, I don't want it to look crazy. Like I want it to look kind of natural. Like I said, we're trying to look like a bronze goddess, so I like it to blend in. So I'll just take it up onto my temple and really work it into my bronzer up there. So I take my kabuki brush. This is from Real Techniques, and I will just go like this. Kind of blends it out a little bit more, and it kind of softens it so it doesn't look so stark. And I especially do it on my forehead, where I kind of work it down. All right, so the next thing we're going to be doing is the glow part. Now, it can be a little bit difficult to find a good highlighter that isn't something like very pale. You kind of want something with a little color, so like a peachy one or an actual gold one, depending on your skin tone, kind of whatever works for you, something like that. You don't necessarily want bright pink, blue, or gold. I mean, not gold, excuse me. The pearlescent white ones. Don't get me wrong, they're my favorites. But for this look, you don't want that. And before I even go in with my highlighter, I'm going to go in with a blurring powder. This is the Peach Blur by Too Faced. And I use the Real Techniques brush. I think this is supposed to be like their foundation brush. I'm not sure, but I like it for this. And when I do this, I start on my part of my under eye and then I work it down. Okay, so I'm actually gonna be going in with two highlighters. This is the High Heart Revolution Peach and Glow. I'm gonna be using that, and then the Smashbox and Balda collab highlighter, the Petal Metal one. I really like how these two blend together to really create this beautiful, natural, kind of glowing within bronzy glow look. So I'm gonna start with this one. I'm using my the It brush, foundation brush to apply my highlighter. I mean, look at that. Blends in really nice together, and it's just this natural glow, and it goes with the goddess, the bronzy goddess look we're doing. And like I said, you don't have to, you know, do both, but I do recommend, you know, you do use a one with a little bit of color, not purple or neon, but like a peach or a gold tone one to make this look. I'm actually gonna go ahead and take Balda collab, and I'm gonna use a pencil brush by Morphe to highlight the inner corner of my eyes. Just gives it a nice little soft look. And before I forget, when I was off camera putting on my lashes, I did deepen out the color using because I couldn't find it earlier, but I found it right in front of my face, so that's what happens. The Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On in the shade Alkaline. I use that to deepen it out. Okay, so we have this all going on, and it's really, you know, this nice, beautiful look. I'm going to go ahead and set now before I do my lips. And I'm using the Fix Plus Pink Light to do that. The gold light one works really well as well, but I don't have that currently. I just got the pink one, so that's what I'm using. And setting that into place. My husband got me this little handheld fan. Love it. Best gift ever. I'm gonna go ahead and go in and do my lips now. I'm gonna use the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On in the shade Alkaline. I'm gonna line my lips with that first. I'm doing my best to create this kind of contoured shaped lips look that's gonna go really well with this. I know it kind of seems like, wow, that's really dark and looks kind of crazy. Just wait until the end. And then I'm actually gonna go ahead and blend it out just using a basic shader brush. You can use your finger, but my eyebrows are super long because of this quarantine that, yeah, it's kind of hard to do that with my fingers right now. And you want to blend, if you do this, like you want to blend it in, not out. Like so. And then I'm going to go in with another one, and this is the Nudestix, excuse me, Magnetic Matte Lip in the shade Rose. I wanted to, like I said, I want to create this very gentle transition look on my lips, kind of contouring it to kind of tie in the rest of this look. Like so, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and use my finger here. And then the next one I'm gonna go in with, I know it's like a lot, is the Buxom Pumping Lip Liner in Hush Hush. And I'm just gonna actually go over the whole thing with it. All right, and then I'm actually just gonna go ahead and apply, forgive the sound effects there, some gloss. I'm using a combination of Dominique Cosmetics Java Gloss and the Sexy Mother Pucker Gloss in Sponge Sugar. And I'll be afraid of this color. I know it looks super dark, but it's really not. And then I'm gonna go in with the Sponge Sugar. And it's going to go right in the center. Now, don't be afraid of like rocking this. Remember, it's supposed to be goddess. Women, we are strong, independent women. We're goddesses. That's why you want to do the lip. Don't be afraid. All right, now that the lips are done, we're gonna really amp up this glowing part of the look, okay? I have from Fenty Beauty, it's in the Rose on Ice. It's their Berry Balm. Love this thing, love it. And we're gonna really amp up the glow part here. So we're gonna just put some of that on her shoulder and the clavicle. And then to add extra hydration, I'm using the Hydropeptide Nourishing Glow Shimmering Body Oil. That's what it looks like. Gotta kind of shake it up. And I'm using about 2 pumps like so. And I'm gonna be working that on my arms because we're glowing. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give a big thumbs up and drop a comment below on the next look you'd like me to do and ways we can do to improve our channel. We're always looking for constructive criticism. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you can get the latest updated videos that we do. And also don't forget to check out our Facebook page. We do lots of lives there, updates that we have going on. We post it there via skincare, makeup, whatever. We also do giveaways frequently on our page, so don't forget to check that out. Thank you guys and see you in the next video.